Okay, am I the only one on the internet who liked Black Widow? This video is gonna be full of spoilers, so this is your warning. If you haven't watched the movie, go watch it. This is kind of a review, but it's more of like an informal discussion about whatever in my head that just pops out about this movie. So it might not be super coherent, I'll apologize. But yeah, just to preface this though, I am probably not the biggest Marvel fan you'll find. I enjoy the movies, certainly, and I think I've pretty much watched all of them. No, I have watched all of them. I'm a little behind on the TV series. I haven't finished Falcon and the Winter Soldier, and I haven't started Loki, but I did watch WandaVision. But anyway, considering that, I'm probably not the biggest hardcore Marvel fan there is, and maybe that's why I wasn't as disappointed in this movie as the rest of y'all were. From what I gather, Taskmaster was probably the biggest disappointment, and in all fairness, I could totally get this criticism. Like, I don't really know much about Taskmaster, but if he was like Magneto and I know his character backstory better than I do my own, then yeah, I totally get the resentment if this adaptation wasn't up to expectations. Like, I definitely had that issue with Mystique in the X-Men movies. So that point I'll concede on. Taskmaster as a villain was at best. Like, but isn't that what most Marvel movies are? They focus so heavily on the hero and their backstory that the villain kind of just becomes like the problem that they have to tackle down the road. Like, they don't do that many villain-based movies, right? Like in The Dark Knight, we learn about Batman through the Joker, but it's kind of a Joker movie, basically. But yeah, apart from that, what was the problem with Black Widow? Like, the action scenes, bomb. The overall plot, coherent. Natasha herself, amazing. The characters, fun as hell. I don't know. Maybe I have pandemic brain. If that's what it is, I can totally understand that too. Like, let's just take a moment to appreciate how fun this second family of Natasha's is. Like, Yelena, yes, please, more of her. We want more of her. Like, she's fresh, she's a bright contrast to Natasha. Natasha's kind of like a dry, sarcastic humor, while Yelena's kind of like self-aware, bright humor. And seriously, every scene that these two had together, like, so fun. And I haven't even gotten to the dad. Like, if you ever wanted to see fat, drunk, hilarious Captain America, that's this guy. Oh my god, that scene where he's just like, oh my god, I'm so proud of you girls. You killed so many people. Like... I don't know. It's just so terrible and wholesome at the same time. I loved it. And the mom, wonderful counterpart to the dad. She's like, you're kind of disgusting, but I kind of dig it. So like, win. I just felt like the family had a really interesting dynamic with one another. Like, Natasha and Yelena might be at odds with each other, but then when dad's in the picture, it's like united front. And and that PMS line. So I heard that this was supposedly written by a male writer and it was going to be cut because obviously, like, no one wants to hear that shit. But then Florence Pugh's like had the perfect improv response to that, where I'm just like, oh my god, yes, say it louder for the boys in the back. Every time guys hit us with that line, makes me want to drop kick them out the front door. But she's here just like, all right, you know what? Time to make you uncomfortable as shit, and you just gotta deal with it. Am I alone on this? This was just so satisfying. Oh, and the plot. Okay, so the plot essentially, after Civil War, Natasha's on the run, and she gets ambushed by a discount Winter Soldier that brings her to find her sister. Then they go on the run because they hold an antidote to a mind controlling thing that Harvey Weinstein is using to control all the Black Widows. They need to take him down, they need to take the Red Room down, but to do that, they gotta get the fam back together. I was worried for a second that the mom was gonna be evil, and I would have been like, yeah, okay, I get how that can happen, but please don't. That would be so cliche and annoying as hell. Thank God that they did not do that. But oh my god, Russian Harvey Weinstein, like, what a perv. Dude was like speaking so close to her ear. I was like, sir, back up. Your onion breath is like... So Taskmaster in this adaptation is like the perfect mirror or mimic to whatever power she's been showing. I don't know if it's like she gets a grab bag full of powers. It kind of looked like it because she could shoot an arrow, which it looked like she had mirrored Hawkeye before, but I don't know. Some nerd in the comments will have to explain this better to me. So anyway, this thing causes lots of problems with her, and it turns out that she's the little girl that Natasha blew up trying to kill Russian Weinstein. There was this moment she got locked in one of these impenetrable cells, and it frustrated the hell out of me. Like, okay, well, first of all, this is not a fault on the movie. These are just my thoughts as a viewer going through the movie, you know? Like, I was like, oh my god, like, yeah, I can see where this is going. Natasha's gonna free her because she feels guilty, but like, can you not? At this point, the whole spaceship thing that they're on is like crashing down to Earth, and she had like no clear plan of escape. You're really gonna add another problem on top of your stack of problems? Like, really? But yeah, I guess character development, good heart, yada, whatever. She's definitely a better person than I would be. Like, unless you can get her to huff that antidote first, she probably would have really killed you if that lucky piece of wreckage didn't just come separating between you two. Oh, right. And oh my God, the antidote thing. Okay, so Natasha was getting her ass beat by all these Black Widows under the mind control stuff while Harvey Weinstein tries to escape. And Yelena comes in last minute to shower them with the magical red antidote dust, right? I know that this is the only way to get them to stop, but also I was like, dude, please tell me you saved at least like one of them. Like, you didn't throw the whole batch. Like, you held on to one of them, right? Right before this, Natasha had downloaded hundreds of files of the girls all over the world who are being controlled in the same way. Like, you need this antidote. It's important. But luckily, they found like 2 unbroken vials on the ground, which I was like, you know what? Would have been smarter just not throw them all at the ground. Just hold 2 of them back and then throw the rest, okay? Because that wasn't guaranteed. And this is just me asking questions, and if anyone has any response to any of these, I want to know. So Natasha also has all these files of all these girls hidden around the world, right? Did she give that to somebody? I don't know if I missed it or not. Did she give it to Yelena or somebody? Because she did right now, so... So I hope somebody has that file somewhere. Otherwise, no point in just nearly dying at the hands of the USB for the USB just to go nowhere. Oh, and genuine question for anyone who might know. Okay, so after the thing comes crashing down and Weinstein gets blown up, it does look like Ross and the government people are rushing to the scene. The Black Widows find a usable aircraft and they're about to get out of there. Like, Yelena, the mom, the dad go, but Natasha stays. Like, what? Can anyone tell me what happened? I will concede the fact that I do have a small brain. Explain to me like I'm 5. Because right after that, she does this like superhero pose for the trailer. Important, I get it. Then it just cuts out and she's back with her British friend who got her a jet to go spring the Avengers out of jail. No one's talking about it, so I definitely know this is probably just a me problem. But like, what happened between that cut to black? Because wouldn't she have been caught if she stayed there? But she's clearly not caught because she was with her British friend and then Steve in Infinity War with the vest full of pockets, right? Yeah, someone please explain this to me. I want to understand what happened there. Like, this movie to me was really solid. I don't know. I think I definitely rank this higher than like Doctor Strange, and everyone loved that movie. So I am so confused. But what I gather through the main criticism is that it mainly feels like a filler movie because it doesn't really affect where the MCU is headed next. And yeah, that's true. It can't affect anything because Homegirl's dead. I guess I also just didn't feel what other people were feeling when she was going through the action scenes and wasn't in any danger. Like, you know she's gonna make it to Infinity War, so she can't die here. But I think that's such a strange argument because, like, if I'm watching Captain America and like he's fighting Red Skull or something, like, we don't know what the next project is after the movie, I still don't get that scared that Steve's gonna die or anything. Like, he's in danger, but I just don't get the feeling that he's gonna die, you know? Like, you only get those feelings of like, oh shit, this character is probably gonna die, or I would be scared that they're dying, is in a movie like Logan. From beginning to end, you can kind of see that this guy's like on his way out. That's just my thoughts. I thought that was a strange criticism. Also, I kind of don't care that this movie doesn't contribute much to the next part of the MCU. I just want to enjoy a movie for what it is. Like, I want to be able to watch a Guardians movie without having to watch like 10 other movies before it or something, you know? I mean, even though I technically have, but like, it feels good to be able to jump in and enjoy yourself. At least for me. I don't need this interconnected web of connectedness where everything adds a layer on top of a layer of another Easter egg. I definitely thought it added to her character. I mean, definitely Marvel's best female-led superhero movie by a long shot. We got to learn about her origins without going through the tediousness of an origin story. That's the best part of this thing. I do think though, if this came out after Civil War, that would be a lot cooler. It would also make her sacrifice in Endgame that much more heart-wrenching, and I would have really wanted Hawkeye to have taken the bullet at that point. But anyway, those are my thoughts. Let me know what are yours. Considering every big YouTuber that watched this movie and hated it, but their like to dislike ratio is great, I'm guessing I'm in the minority here, but it is what it is. And I had a lot of fun. Okay, thanks for watching to the end of this video. If you're new here, please consider subscribing and following along for more content. Please make sure to hit that like button, and I will see you next time.